I guess to just start off, we can talk a little bit about the episode that's coming up, working with Casper, and how that whole experience was.
It's funny, the first time I ran into Casper for this show, I mean, the first thing he said to me was like, hey man, we met way back in the day, and so we shared a quick memory about how we had first met. And then we basically were confronted with the crews right away because we had to give the crews their challenge and get them excited about what they were about to do. But Bo Casper, his name's Bo actually, so Bo he's a great guy, and I'm looking forward to see the products of his labor.
Now, you've been with the show since the beginning. Can you talk a little bit about the show's evolution and where we are now with it?
Really, the first season of ABDC was the unknown. Whenever you start any show, it's a risk, and I know that TV people and execs, they're sitting at home drinking bottles of antacids because they want it to be a hit. And when we made this show, I did it because I believed in it. I like the fact that this is people that are on the street level who have aspirations for people to see the craft that they do. And so I was all in because the first thing I ever did was dance in public at a competition. And so I decided that's why I wanted to be a part of this, aside from working with Randy, who's a great guy. First season, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. We just believed in the idea. Halfway through the season, we're like, this show's pretty good, And so after the Jabberwockies took America by storm, we realized we had a hit on our hands. Season 2, we go, well, where do we go from here? We just saw an amazingly talented group of people perform for an entire season. Where are we going to find some more of these people? And it turns out that there's just no shortage of upcoming talent. There's always and that's the way any business is. There's always going to be the next one who wants a shot at the crown, the next one who wants to prove to everyone that they are the best in the world. And we're in season 7 now, and in my opinion, season 7 has turned out to probably be the most competitive season of all. I think that this season has been more evenly matched across the board, with more groups that are on the same high level than probably any other season.
Can we talk a little bit about the judges' dynamic? Have you guys become a little bit more closer over the season? Do you find you're on the same page?
The thing about the judges is that we are definitely close when we're at work. I mean, we all live different lives, but we're close at work. We respect one another. We don't always agree on what we see because we've had different experiences in our lives, and that's what draws us to the conclusions that our opinions come from. And so opinions vary. And I think that's very healthy, and I think it's good for the audience at home to digest different opinions. That being said, I think one thing we can always agree on is that we love a great performance.
Do you find that one of you sort of ends up taking the lead?
The leader of the show is Randy Jackson. As far as the judges go, there's 3 chairs there, and I think that each one of them should be respected in their own right for what they bring to the table as far as an observational opinion.
How often do you communicate with Randy Jackson? How involved is he in the day-to-day production?
As far as show days, he's not at every show, but he's at more shows than he's not at. That being said, he's at the show quite a bit because he's also there during the production phases and things like that. He's very connected with his work, and the fact that he put himself on the line to get behind these young people, to have the exposure that they've had, it speaks volumes about he's a man of the people. And I love what he's put together.
Now that you're in the 7th season, you're getting up there with the amount of winning crews.
Yeah.
Do you see down the line there being an all-stars season?
There very well could be an all-star season. I think we still have a few more seasons to go to get there, considering most of our seasons usually start with about 10 crews. So I think if we get 10 seasons under our belt, we might just have one, unless we decide to draw maybe top 3 crews, because I know a lot of shows do that as well. I think it would make for a really fun season.